Well, why should you care about who wrote Shakespeare? You don't have to. But I think when you're looking at a writer and you find out something about him or her, then that enhances your appreciation of why they wrote the way they did. Too many people are told, oh, nonsense, Shakespeare of Stratford wrote the plays. No question, no argument. There is an argument. There's a lot to be said for saying it was somebody else, some real person, and a real man who'd been banished. Now, I think it was Christopher Marlowe. Well, everybody agrees that he was born the same year as Shakespeare. He was born in Canterbury. He was the son of a shoemaker, and he was very bright. He got a scholarship to the local King's School in Canterbury, and then he got a scholarship to Corpus Christi in Cambridge, and he was engaged in a lot of high-level spy work. But he died when he was 29 in Deptford, when he had an evening meal with his friends, and then one of them stabbed him. You can see his gravestone in Deptford Church today, which is not a nice thing to do, but that was the end of Marlowe. Now, I don't believe he did die. In fact, I'm sure he didn't. Just briefly, why did he die then? Because he was known to be a freethinker, and he didn't believe in the divinity of Christ, and he was therefore a heretic, and he was given 14 days to report to the Star Chamber before he would probably have been put into jail and probably put on the rack and might even been killed. Marlowe was then free to go off abroad, which is why most of the plays are in Italy. He was given a mock burial. He has to find a new name and a pseudonym for anything that he wrote and published in England. And they was a bit lucky because his publisher, a man called Richard Field, was born in Stratford-on-Avon, and he had a friend who was an actor called William. And Richard Field gets William Shakespeare to take on the job of fronting Christopher Marlowe's plays, which he did very happily. Initially, of course, the things that he wrote immediately after his departure from England were the sonnets. About 20 of them were written, obviously, while he was travelling across Europe, and they're written as solemnly, sadly, saying goodbye to his friends, shall I ever see you again, that sort of thing. And some of them giving us quite a wonderful travelogue of his journey across France, for instance. Reading about his life enriches the experience of seeing any of Shakespeare's plays. It certainly does for me, and I hope it will do you if you read my book.